2 blocks, a strap, and a blanket if you have these props. And if you don't worry, I can talk you through modifications without all the props. But we're going to be working into some abdominal compression to release the lower back, to tone the digestive organs. And to begin, you're going to want like a rolled up mat or towel or blanket, whatever you've got. So I have this blanket unfolded about this big. If you're working with a towel, you could just start folding it lengthwise and then roll it. And you're gonna make a little roll like so. If you were here on Thursday evening, I think we started with this pose as well. But it's actually best for morning, like before you've eaten. So if you have just had a large breakfast, or another contraindication would be if you're having any kind of upset stomach, or if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant, you could skip this and just join us in child's pose, no biggie. But if you'd like to give it a try, you're gonna come and set up for child's pose with your big toes together and your knees wide. And then really the key here is to wedge the blanket up high into the crease of your hip. So if it's here, it'll kind of hit the bony part of your rib cage. You want the bony part of your rib cage in front of the blanket. So really take a moment to kind of wedge it in, and you can arch up and over it. And you're welcome to put a block under your forehead if that feels more supportive. Or you can rest your forehead to the ground. So we're coming into child's pose. Optional to try this belly compression version of child's pose. I'll give you all a moment to settle in. Yeah, that's it. So the blanket roll will go way up high into your low abdomen. Yeah, that's it, Michelle. Perfect. And you might come into the pose and then notice that the blanket is slipping. So there's some options. It could be that your roll is too thick. And if that's the case, just open it up a little bit, maybe roll 1/3 or 1/2 of the material. If you're using your own yoga mat, this could get kind of thick depending on the thickness of your mat. So you might just roll 1/3 of the mat. But mats work really great for this pose if you don't have a blanket or a towel nearby. All right, so settle in once you find that perfect placement of your props. Close your eyes. And begin to activate your Ujjayi breath. And I know it's intense. Yeah, there's like this intense feeling in your belly as you compress and massage. But see if you can stay with that and go towards that. So what I mean by that is like breathe down to the belly. Breathe down to the place where you're compressing, where you're feeling a lot. And with each exhale, see if you can soften into that intensity and relax your belly so the blanket can kind of press up into the gut a little bit more. And one of the first things you'll notice as you really start to soften and sink in is the lower back opens. Magic. So now as you slow down your breath, and if you can do this without the roll as well, but if you have the roll, you'll really feel this nice opening in your low back. Can you breathe down on your inhale to your low back? And as you exhale, really sink in and soften around the compression of the roll. So your work is really to focus in on the breath. Inhale down to your low back, back of your pelvis. And as you exhale, relax over the roll. This is good for the digestive organs, the low back. We kind of knead into the more superficial muscles of the abdominal wall as well. And it tones the vagus nerve. So this is good for anxiety, inflammation, bloating around the abdomen. We're going to hunker in here 3 more deep breaths. So much of our stress and tension can be held around the guts. So slow down and let your breath move down to your low belly, low back. One more here. And then keep your eyes closed and keep your breath full and just start to walk your hands in, like by your brows and in towards your knees. And you're going to roll on up to seated with your eyes closed. And if this kneeling position is uncomfortable, adjust to sit cross-legged or however works. And I invite you to just pause here, a couple breaths, drop down into your pelvis, lighten and lift through your crown, and feel the shift that's happened just from being there with the roll, compressing and massaging the belly. Feel the flow of breath and awareness down to your hips, your pelvic floor, your low back. One more breath. Notice what has opened. Okay, blink your eyes open and you can move your roll out of the way, or if you're using your mat, unroll your mat. And we're gonna start with the same core sequence we've been practicing all month. So we'll have, I think, two more Sundays to do this core sequence. It's also up on my website. If you ever wanna just do it on its own, it's about 13 minutes. Lie down on your back, grab a block. And if you don't have a block, don't worry. We're gonna start out in a bridge pose to activate the inner thighs. So grab your block middle or narrow width in between your inner thighs, squeeze in. And for this one today, we're gonna add one piece. So you'll want a little room to reach your arms overhead. If you don't have a block, you could roll up a cushion, put that under your thighs. You want something to squeeze into. It could even be a kid's bouncy ball, whatever you've got nearby. Now roll up into bridge, and it doesn't have to be your biggest bridge, but we're really gonna work on squeezing in to tone the adductors and lift the pelvic floor. And then today we're gonna add the Uddiyana Bandha Kriya, that pulling in and up of the low belly. So reach your arms up overhead. Again, contraindication would be if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant, you won't hold the breath and do this Kriya, but you can still squeeze the block. On your exhale, breathe out through the mouth, all the breath out, hold and pull the belly in and up. You're gonna keep holding and then roll down. I'll do it with you. Inhale. Then relax your belly and then inhale. As you exhale, roll right back up. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Hold the breath, pull the belly in and up, hold and roll down, deepening that suction of your belly. Relax and inhale when you need to. Exhale, come back up. You do one more. I'm gonna see how's it going. So roll up. Good, big breath in. Exhale through your mouth. All the breath out. Pull the belly in and up. Good, Brian. Squeeze the block with your inner knees even. Yes, and then hold that. And as you roll down, feel your low belly pull in and up. Your pelvis meets the floor. You find the deepest lift of your belly. Yes, good, good, good. And then when you need to, and as soon as you need to, soften your belly and breathe in. Good. Move your block out of the way. And we'll start off with heel drop from here. So shins parallel to the ceiling. You might have your feet just a little higher than your knees. Arms down by your side. Enough room behind you to reach your arms overhead without bumping into stuff. Take a deep breath in and press your back ribs into the ground. Exhale, right arm overhead, left heel taps forwards. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, left arm, right heel. Inhale, exhale. Keep this going. As you exhale, the opposite arm and leg tap. As you inhale, you come back to center. And as you continue with this, you want to feel your lower back really spread wide and release down into the mat. If this feels doable, start to straighten the leg and hover it a couple feet off the ground. Press down into the back of your body, almost as if the back of your body is a suction cup to the floor. So there's no space to slide a hand under your low back. Let's just do 4 more like this. Or 2 more pair. You'll end with your left arm and your right leg just so you're even. And then from here, go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Take an easy, easy rock and roll side to side. Grab a block in your hands on the tallest or widest, I should say, dimension. And then from there, roll onto your left side. So you're going to roll onto your side, hold the block overhead. This will help you to open across your chest and shoulders. Stack your knees, stack your hips, lift your right knee. And then lower it. And then lift and lower. 3, 4. So we're doing all these little micro movements. 5. Keep it going. 5 more. To activate and awaken the core muscles one at a time. And then we'll stand and flow and feel this foundation, this spark of the core, the stability around the hips and the low back. 1 more, lift and hold, and then pulse for 10, little tiny pulse, 9, 8, 7. So right now we're finding our glute med. 5, 4, 3, keep your hips stacked. 2, don't let the right one roll back. 1, hold for 3 breaths with your right hip right over your left, right knee over your left, ankles glued. Good, and then switch sides. Roll onto your back and roll onto your right side and hold the block. Open your chest, stack your knees and hips, glue your ankles, lift your left leg, and lower it, and lift, and lower. Trying to find that glute med, that stability across the pelvis and the low spine. So that even as we start to stretch away from our center, we hold strong to the center, stable, solid, supported. 4, 3, 2, hold. Now lower that left knee just a few inches, like 3 or 4, and then back up for 9, 8, 7. Reach through your fingertips, open your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold the lift of your left knee and take 2 breaths. 1 more. And then lower your left knee. Use your hands to help press up. You can set your blocks towards the top of your mat. Good. Come onto all 4s and then lower down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers. And let's pause here and do just 3 little shoulder blade push-ups. So look forward of your mat. And as you inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in. Your chest will sink towards the ground. As you exhale, press your shoulder blades apart. Keep looking forward. Good, do that twice more. Inhale, retract the shoulder blades, squeeze them in like a sliding door shutting. Exhale, protract your shoulder blades, pull them apart like a sliding door widening, opening. 1 more time, inhale, squeeze, yes. Nice. Exhale, press. Now keep the press, the protraction. That gives you stability, shoulder blade to back. Tuck your toes, pick up your knees, pick up your hips, dolphin. Press down from your elbow, clear down to your wrist. Your knees can be bent to help lift up through your hips and find that crease of your hips, or straight if that's available. Can you relax your neck and press down into your forearms? 2 more slow breaths. Broaden, protract your shoulder blades like a sliding door, opening, pulling apart. And then from here, come into forearm plank. And then separate your palms. So your forearms will be a shoulder's width apart. Your hands to your elbows. And then come onto the tops of your feet like where shoelaces go. Like the tongue of a sneaker. Not just your toenails, but your ankles. Good, go slow. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Lower your belly. Exhale, go slow. Lift right on back up where you started, on the tops of your ankles. Yes, good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You do 3 more with your breath. One more, last one. Tuck your toes. Plant your palms. Down dog. Just take a nice easy walk to the top of your mat. Stroll forwards. Bend your knees. Relax the back of your neck, the weight of your head. And then roll up, spinal segmentation. Roll up through your low back. Let your arms hang, chin to chest. Roll up and start to straighten your knees, engage your core. Roll up through your mid back. Roll up through the cervical vertebra, the neck. When you get all the way up, loop your shoulders up and back and down. Good, and then go ahead and grab a block once you're all the way up. Again, same as before, you could grab your cushion, like in bridge, narrow or middle. Last exercise here before we start to flow. Block between your inner thighs up towards your pelvis. Now squeeze the block. The adductors, the inner thighs work together with the pelvic floor, the muscles between pubic bone, tailbone, and the 2 sitting bones, the ground floor of your core. So as you squeeze the block, this will help you to understand how to activate your mula bandha, your root lock, that in and up lightening of the pelvic floor up towards the palate of the mouth. Inhale, sit into your heels and reach your arms up, Utkatasana. And as you exhale, squeeze in with your inner thighs and tone your pelvic floor in and up. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, squeeze the block and tone the pelvic floor in and up, 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 up. 8 more. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Now start to find your low belly as well. So you're starting to bring all these muscles to work together. Exhale to stand. Your inner thighs, your pelvic floor muscles, and the deepest layer of your abdomen that kind of hugs in towards your back, called your transverse abdominis. 5 more. It's the corset-like muscles, these horizontal muscles that hug you into your center. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the block, tone the pelvic floor, hug in and around. Inhale, exhale, 2. One more time, inhale, exhale, 1. Awesome, move your block out of the way and find your way all the way to the top of your mat, standing with your feet together, top of your mat for our first sun salutation. We're gonna weave a little bit into our sun salutations today. So hands to your heart, feet together, stand firm. Take a deep breath in and exhale. As you inhale, circle your arms, reach them up. Exhale, fold forward. You're welcome to bend your knees if that helps you. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold your plank pose, but walk it back so your feet are all the way at the back of your mat if they're not already. Now, option A is you stay here. Option B is walk your hands one hand print forward. The heel of the hand is where the fingertips were. Super person plank. Option C, walk your hands two hand prints, I should say, forward. Heel of the hand where your fingertips were from that first step. Now lift up through your pelvis and tuck your tailbone to your heels. 2 more breaths. Good, so you hold your ground rather than sinking in your hips. Pelvis and shoulders in line, tailbone scoops. Good, and then from here, walk your hands in if they're not already, and lower your knees to the ground. Cat-cow. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose. Lower to your belly. Slide your arms out in front of you. Palms face in, thumbs point up. Now press your legs together. Touch your nose to the ground. Press the top of your thighs down, the bottom of your front ribs down, and pull the navel to the spine. So it's as if you could slide an arm under your belly, but your legs are down, your nose is down, your chest is down. Hollow body. And hold that lift of your abdomen. You can try sliding a forearm in between the bottom ribs and the top of your hips. Really lift your abdomen. And then from here, do the opposite. Slide your hands in, fingertips tented to the ground by your eyebrows, and lift your chest like a cobra. And then we're going to oscillate between these two. So lower down, slide your arms forward, squeeze your legs together, navel lifts. Inhale, slide your fingertips by your brows, bend your elbows, lift your ribs and your chest. One more, lower down. Exhale, lift your navel, squeeze your legs. Inhale, slide your hands in, lift your chest. Good, keep your hands here. Lower your chest and your forehead. You can widen your hands, elbows up, fingertips on the ground, palms tented. Bring your legs mat's width apart. Keep your head down, your hips down, lift your legs up. And then scissor, click your legs in and out 10 times. 10, 9, like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them out, lift them up. Lower your legs. Come on up to all fours. And then press back, down dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Organize your feet to the midline so that your big toes touch. Lower your knees to the ground. Flip your fingers back towards your knees. Toe stretch and wrist stretch. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Look forward to the top of your mat or the wall in front of you. That's it. Stay there or start to drop your head through the space of your arms. 2 more breaths. Now the heel of your hand will probably start to peel up, but just try to guide it down as best you can. 1 more. And then sit up onto your feet. Reach your arms up over your head. Your toes are curled, toe stretch. Exhale your hands to your heart. Look forward. Pounce forward into plank. Chaturanga. Exhale. Yep, that's the pounce. Good. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths. Lift and widen your sitting bones. Press down into your fingertips. 1 more. Bottom of your 3rd exhale, look forward and step, hop, or float where you're looking. Top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms down, around, and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, half lift, Ardha. Exhale, step back, plank. Now hold plank, and you don't need to walk your feet back. But what I want to see is, can you find an anterior and a posterior tilt in your pelvis in plank? Which means you're going to move and articulate from the joint of your hips. So can you anterior tilt, pop your hips up, and then posterior tilt, tuck your tailbone. Anterior tilt and posterior tilt. Anterior tilt, you'll notice your abdomen relaxes. Posterior tilt, it engages. 5, 4, 3, yep. 2, that's it, Katie. 1. Good, lower your knees to the ground. This time for cat-cow, flip your fingers around towards your knees. Cat-cow with your fingers flipped, thumbs out, pinkies in. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Last time. Flip your hands forward, plank pose. Lower to your belly. Slide your forearms, your arms forward, thumbs up, palms in, pinkies down. Squeeze the legs. Exhale, contract the core, navel lifts. Inhale, slide your fingertips in, lift your head and chest. Exhale, slide forward, thumbs up, contract your core, navel lifts. Inhale, slide your fingers in, press down into the front of your pelvis and lift. Last time, you've got it. Exhale, like you could slide an arm under your core. Inhale, lift. Keep your hands in this position and lower down onto your forehead. Bring your legs mat's width, the short edge of your mat's width, lift them, and then click them into the midline for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lift them higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Full breath. You'll feel your lower back. Lower them. Come back to all fours and back into downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale, big toes touch, legs together. Full breath in. Lower your knees down, wrist stretch. Flip your fingers around. Sit your hips towards your heels. Look forward beyond your mat or to the wall in front of you and try to ease the heel of the hand towards the ground. Stay here or drop your head through the passage of your arms. 2 more. And then slowly walk your hands in, release. Come on up to toe stretch. Sit right onto your heels, toes curled. Inhale, reach your arms up. Just a breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now to pounce forward, you slide your hands forward and then spring forward where you're looking. Plank. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Good. Adho Mukha. 3 deep breaths. So we are preparing our wrists and our core and our low back for Mayurasana, the peacock pose. And we'll have some time to play with this as we finish up our sun salutations. Look forward. Step, hop, or float all the way back to the top of your mat where you're looking. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms down, around, and up. And then exhale, gather your hands to your heart. Okay, last one. Inhale, circle it up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back, plank. Now you can do this with your knees down because it is pretty intense, or try with knees up. Flip your right fingers back from the collarbone, so the whole shoulder and elbow and wrist move. And then your left from the collarbone back. And then flip your right fingers forward and your left fingers forward. So turn all the way from the top of your arm. One more time, right, left. Now try to keep your pelvis quiet, right? So you're not sloshing your hips, right? But you're keeping it really quiet, left. Now lead with your left, left. And you're gonna start to feel it's a core exercise, right? I know, left, right. And one more time, left. Try not to move your pelvis, good, right? Yes, Brian, nice, left. Right, oh my gosh, okay, good. From here, lower directly to your belly. Slide your arms out in front of you, thumbs up, pinkies down, squeeze your legs together. Exhale, lift your belly. Inhale, fingertips tent, lift your chest and head. Exhale, slide forward and lift your belly, legs together. Inhale, slide in and lift your chest, your ribs, your head. One more time, slide out. Slide in. Keep your fingers tented, or your palms tented, and lower your forehead to the ground. Bring your legs mat's width. Lift your legs, press down into your pubic bone. Scissor your legs together, 10, 9, 8, lift them higher, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them mat's width, lift them a little higher, and then lower the legs, come up onto your palms, press up to all fours. From here, lift your hips, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, big toes together. Inhale here. Exhale, lower to your knees. Flip your wrists all the way from the collarbone. Look forward, send your hips back. You can stay here, look forward, or drop your head through the passage of your arms. 2 more. From here, come on up, sit onto your heels for your toe stretch. Circle your arms down, around, and up. And exhale, gather your hands into your heart. Pounce forward, plant your hands, look where you're going. Spring there. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, nice. Adho Mukha. 3 deep breaths. One more. Look forward, step, hop, or float, right where you're looking, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. This time, stay in your fold. We'll give our wrists a little stretch. Palms up, fingers towards your toes, climb a board. So you're in Padahastasana. So your toes are to your wrist creases, and your middle fingers graze your heels. So you might have to bend your knees to get a board. Do it. Yeah. And then inhale, look forward of your mat, to the wall in front of you if you can see it from there. Good. Exhale, fold forward, belly, ribs, heart, heavy head. 3 more. Deep breaths. Relax the weight of your head. Lean your weight forward into your toes and wrists. One more slow, soothing breath. Slowly release the palms from under your feet and come into Malasana Yogi Squat. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, lower your hips, bring your palms to prayer. If this pose is intense for you, sit up on a block or 2. Interlace your fingers and just roll your fingers, your knuckles, your wrists in a little figure 8. Last one, bring the back of your hands together like so, and start to circle the perimeter of the wrist against one another in Malasana. Press in lightly, massaging the whole circumference, go the other direction. 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. Come to all fours. So essentially, Mayurasana, we're just going to do it on one hand because it's still early. We might, if we have time, come back to it later with our legs in both hands. But essentially, this pose is a straight line of the body, the elbow over the wrist. And the big part that I see a lot of people lose is the elbow has to go in and down. Like your elbow has to get down here. It's not just chaturanga and then flipping it with your elbows way up here. Your elbow has to go way in and way down. And so how do you do that? You posterior tilt the tailbone like we did in plank, right? We did anterior and posterior. So it's a big posterior tilt of your tailbone. Then to get the legs up, you engage the back. So we're going to do this one leg or one hand at a time. And we're going to go through it really sequentially and slowly, step by step. So even if you've done this pose before, stay with me. Just see if you get something new out of it. Grab a block. Put it in front of your mat. So this can go under your forehead so that you have like a training wheel. Start on all fours. Start with your right arm. Spin your right fingers all the way around towards your right knee. Palm to the ground. There you go, Lise. That's it. Okay, now take your left hand and walk it out towards the top of your mat. Like 2 handprints between your wrists. Now, from here, your wrist is under your right shoulder, right? Now you're going to lean forward. So step 1, go forward. Now step 2, tuck your tailbone. Posterior tilt your tailbone. Now step 3, hug your right elbow in and lower your right elbow to your belly and put the block under your forehead. So your right wrist is under your right elbow. You are digging in into your belly with your right elbow. Inside of your hip bone, not up high in your ribs. Now you could stay here, knees down, and just dig in, or if you want to go on, tuck your toes, lift your knees, firm your thighs. Bring your big toes together. Make your legs straight as an arrow. If you want to go on, walk your left fingertips forward and tent them up. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. Now, to come out of it, if your left hand is forward, bring it in. Lower your knees down. Press up to all fours. Bring your left hand back, flip your right fingers around. Let's try it on the other side, and then I'll come watch you. So, left hand, flip it around from the collarbone, fingers point back. Yes, right hand slides about 2 handprints forward from where it is, block beyond your fingers. Now, your shoulder is over your wrist. Go beyond that, lean. Shoulder goes in front of wrist. Now tuck your tailbone. Now hug your left elbow in and into your gut. Inside of your hip bone, inside of the bony rim of your hip. Yeah, in the belly part. Forehead to the block. Yes, good. And then dig in. Dig in, dig in. So part of this pose is engaging, but also relaxing. Like when we started in child's pose with the roll, can you dig in? So your belly, if it's too hard, will pop you right out of the pose. You'll bump right out of it. You'll fall. You have to soften your belly into the compression of your elbow. If you want to go on, pick up your knees. If you want to go on, walk your right fingertips forward. Maybe if you want to go on, lift your head up off the block. I know, it's intense. And it's also intense for the wrist, so that's why knees can stay down. Come back in, come back up. Flip your left wrist around, slide your right hand back. Okay, I'm just gonna talk you through it this time now that you have a sketch of it, one more time side to side, and if you wanna pick your head up off the block, go for it. So all fours, flip your right fingers around, clear up from the collarbone. Slide your left hand 2 handprints forward. Now lean forward, shoulder goes beyond right wrist. Now posterior tilt, tuck your tailbone. You can even slide your right hand towards the midline a little more. Get that elbow inside of your right hip bone. Get it in there. Yes, that's it, Lise. Exactly. In and low, in and low. Now forehead to the block, and you might need to move your block around a bit. Knees can stay down or up. If they're up, firm your legs. Bring your legs together. Exactly. Gorgeous. Maybe slide your left hand forward. Amazing. Maybe lift your head. Yeah, nice, Katie. Exactly. Beautiful, Daniela. And then lower your head to the block. Slide your left hand in. Come on up. Flip your right hand around. Slide your left hand back. Try the other side. Spin your left fingers around. Walk your right hand 2 handprints forward. Now lean forward. You're going to send your left shoulder in front of your wrist. Posterior tilt your tailbone. Engage your deep core. And then swing the elbow in. You can move your left hand to the midline to get that. Forehead to the block. You can keep your knees down. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful placement of the elbow, Michelle. Exactly. Digging inside of your hip. That's it, Lise. Exactly. I like the one-armed approach because it really helps us locate where the elbow goes into the inner hip. Sometimes when we do 2 arms, it becomes less manageable. Maybe lifting your head off the block. Yeah, good. The other thing that happens when we lift 2 legs is sometimes the chest sinks down. And really, you don't want the legs to go flying up high like we sometimes see. We want to be parallel to the floor, like stiff as a board, kind of with just the hands in contact to the ground. Good. It's just like in chaturanga, how we don't want to dunk into the shoulders. Kind of same thing, but the hands are flipped around. Shake out your dear wrists. We'll come back to this later if we have time with both legs. maybe in a Padmasana or a Baddha Konasana, which is the next step before you straighten both. Come back into down dog when you're ready. Nicely done. Now, you've been on your wrists a bit, so I invite you to really press into your fingertips and take some of the pressure out of the heel of the hand and the wrist, almost like someone could slide a sheet of origami paper under the heel of your hand. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look forward and step, hop, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Sit back into your heels. Palms scoop in. Yes, good. You're going to make two fists with your next exhale. Lift your right knee, marching. Inhale, right foot down, Utkatasana, and then left leg marching. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, march. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Now, the next time that you lift your right knee, hold the lift of the right knee. Good. Hug your elbows in and back. Bend your left knee, straighten your right. Look forward. Bent left knee, warrior three. Look out. Good. Hug your elbows in. Take another big breath. And then as you exhale, step your right foot way back and reach your arms up over your head. High lunge. Back heel is lifted, palms in. Low belly tones in and up. Tailbone lengthens downward. Two more. As you exhale, reach further forward. Set your palms to the ground. Lift your left leg up, three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, hug it in, step it through. Same leg, left leg. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, make your fists. Bent left knee, warrior three. Lift your right. Stay here, exhale. Elbows in and up. Inhale, marching, right knee lifts. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, lift your left. Bend your right, straighten your left. Look forward, bent knee, warrior three. Straighten your left, bend your right, straighten your left. Elbows hug in and up. Step your left foot back, high lunge, inhale. And as you exhale, tailbone scoops down. Low belly in and up. One more big breath in. As you exhale, reach way far forward. Plant your palms. Sweep your right leg up, three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, hug your knee to your chest and step your right foot through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, make your fists. Inhale here, widen your collarbones. Exhale, bent right knee, warrior three. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, marching, left knee lifts. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel at 45. Exhale, right foot through. Inhale, one breath, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or skip it, head to down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot at 45. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga, or skip it, head right back, down dog. We'll meet you there. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 3 deep breaths. Relieve the wrist. Bring the weight into the fingertips. Look forward. Step, hop, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Last one like this. Inhale, half lift, building heat. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, left heel at 45. Exhale, right foot through. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, Chaturanga or down dog, you choose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot at 45. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, Vinyasa or meet us in down dog. Three deep breaths. Lighten your wrists. Root your fingertips. Lift and widen your sitting bones. Look forward. Step, hop, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Twist, feet together, hands through prayer. Twist right, left arm across, right leg. Lengthen forward, ribs forward, away from pelvis. Split your arms if you'd like. Take 3 more deep breaths. Right here. As you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Widen your feet, just about 2 fist widths between your big toe joints. You can measure. Reach your arms around your lower legs, outer lower legs. Crisscross. Grab the front of your shins with your hands. Now inhale, look forward. You can bend your knees to really look forward. And exhale, fold. And your knees can stay bent here. Shift your weight forward. Press your outer shins out into the boundary of your arms. Lift and widen your sitting bones. Lean into your feet, balls of your feet, toes. Lift up through the sitting bones, top of your thighs. 2 more. Slowly and gently release. Bring your feet together. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Twist, hands through prayer. Twist left, right arm across. Feel your rib cage lengthen forward off your hips. Gorgeous. Stay right there. So nice, Brian. Or split. Three more. And on your third exhale, fold forward. And again, measure 2 fist widths between your big toes. Wrap your arms around, same as before. Crisscross the other forearm on top. Grab your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Shake out your head like a little bobblehead. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Two more. Outer shins press out. Sitting bones dive up and wide. Your flying buttresses. Slowly, gently, let go. Bring your feet mat's width, Malasana. Hands to prayer. Good. 2 more. Can you use your elbows to press your thighs back, ground your heels, and lift your breastbone to your thumbnails? Plant your hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, open your hip and bend your right knee. Take a big breath here. And as you exhale, warrior 2, right foot forward, left heel down. Left arm windmills you up, overhead, and back. Drop down into your pelvis. Flip your right palm. Reverse your warrior. As you reverse your warrior, feel your right heel rooting down. Go down into your right heel. Go down into your right hip crease. Stay exactly here. Neck release. Thumb up, pinky down. Left ear to left shoulder. Widen your right collarbone. So if you're kind of here, medially rotating it, widen it, and fire up the right side of your back between shoulder blade and spine. Relax your head like you're tipping water out of your left ear. Maybe even close your eyes and stretch out your breath. 2 more. Slowly, side angle. Open your eyes if they're closed. It could be forearm to right thigh. It could be right hand to a block or the floor. Left arm up, half, full, bound variations. 5 breaths where you choose to go. One more deep breath right here. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, plank pose. Lower your knees to the ground. Dragonfly. So come onto the tops of your toenails. Right hand in front, fingers point to the sides, or I should say right arm in front like this. If you're large chested, if this feels uncomfortable, if it creates a sensation in your body that you don't like or anxiety, you can just sit, right arm across your left, your body pointing to the left. Okay, so this is your modification, or start to slide your right hand to the left and your left hand to the right, and you might put a block under your forehead or just set your forehead down. Two more. You can do this seated, right arm to the left. Hold your right upper arm with your left hand. That's your modification. Slowly unwind back to all fours, back to plank. Chaturanga. Urdhva. Adho. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, open that hip, bend the knee. Take a full breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, rise. And then take a moment to drop down into the hips, the feet, the legs. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Feel down into your left heel. Feel your left hip crease descend like there's a sandbag draped across your left hip crease and thigh. Now stay here, neck release, pinky down, thumb up. Widen the left side of your chest by engaging the muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine. So you open the front body. Heavy head, like you're tipping water out of your right ear. Maybe close your eyes. Let your breath in. Slow it down. Feel your feet. Get grounded, get steady. Stay with it. Two more. From here, open your eyes if they're closed, side angle, left forearm to thigh or left hand to the floor or the block. You can open your right arm or add your half or full bound variation. 5 breaths. Side angle. One more. Inhale, reverse it. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down, plank. So remember your modification. You can sit, point your left arm to the right wall. Otherwise, left hand or left arm in front, left fingers to the right fingers to the left. Dragonfly, lowering onto a block or straight down onto your forehead. So the block would go under your forehead. Two more. And then slowly come back up, all fours. Take your time, plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot through. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, arrive. Good, inhale, reverse. Exhale, half moon, right hand to the floor or a tall height block about 2 feet in front of your baby toe of your right foot. Lift your left heel to hip height, widen your chest. The front of your pelvis, open your left arm. One more. From here, bring both hands to the block or the floor and bring your left leg straight out to the left, a la doggy on a hydrant. You can bend your left knee as a modification or keep it straight. Stay here to strengthen into your glutes, or from here, bent or straight, lean into your hands for handstand. Add a little hop. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths, holding hands on a block, knee bent, knee straight, handstanding. Yeah, if you're handstanding, press your thighs apart so your sitting bones widen and lift. So press your left thigh out to the left. All right, from here, back to warrior two. Step your left foot way back, reverse your warrior. Right into pigeon. Cartwheel your hands down either side of your right foot. Pause, pick up your back heel. Pause, wiggle your right foot to the left. Lower onto your shin. You could put a block or 2 under your hip, right hip or hips. You could lie down on your back, right ankle over left thigh. So take care of your knees, your hips, your ankles. And when you're ready, come forwards. Breathe down to your hips. Slow down and feel. Slide your hands in. Come on up to seated. If you're on your back, join us. Turn to face the long left edge of your mat. Right leg bent, left leg straight, or even a little bent here. Could be nice for your inner thighs. Left arm inside your left leg, right palm to your sacrum, widen your chest, and then reach your right arm up and over. You can cradle the head if that feels good. You could slip your left hand under the heel of your left foot with a bent or a straight knee if that feels good, or grab for the top of the foot with the right hand if that feels good. And we'll take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Parvrita Janu Sirsasana, revolved head to knee. As you lean left, you turn your ribs to the right. And then slowly, slowly, gently, come on up out of it. come back to all fours, move slowly, take your time. There's no rush. We'll meet back in that down dog. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg when you're ready. Exhale it through for warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, come into half moon. Left hand on the floor, 2 feet in front of your baby toe or on a block. Lift your right heel to hip height. Open across your hips and your shoulders. Yeah, nice. Right arm reaches. Beautiful. 2 more. Now, from your half moon, you'll take your right hand down to the block or the floor and take your right leg out, right out from your hip, whether the knee is straight or bent. So this is that glute med, just like we did in the beginning when we pulsed. You're lifting the leg as high as it goes. If you're heading into a handstand, you're gonna lift that leg up and out as you lift your pelvis up and over your shoulders. So there's a feeling of abduction, pulling the legs apart as you lean in. Pulling the legs apart will guide your sitting bones up like a rectangle, and you're stretching the corners, wrists to sitting bones. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Yeah, good, Daniela. Keep pressing that right leg out to the side, like right out to your right shoulder. Yeah, good. All right, let's head back when you're ready. Warrior two, left foot forwards to reverse. Right on down into our pigeon. Cartwheel your hands down, pick up your right heel. Wiggle your left foot to the right and lower down onto your left shin. You can do this pose on your back, left ankle over right thigh, or put a block under your left hip. Good. Square your torso and then reach forward over your left leg. Pigeon. One more breath here. And then slowly slide your hands in, come on up, turn. If you're on your back, join us to face the long right edge of your mat. And your left knee will be bent. Your right leg can be straight or straight-ish. Bring your right arm inside of your leg, your left palm to your sacrum, widen your chest and lean. Left arm over your head. You could stay here or cradle your head. Yeah. You could tuck your right heel into the palm of your hand, maybe straightening that leg if you'd like. Maybe reaching your left hand for your right foot. So many options. Find what works best for your body on this side today. 3 more breaths. Parita Janu Sirsasana. Revolve left as you lean right. The ribs revolve left. The body side bends right. And slowly, slowly, slowly come on up. And from here, lie down on your back. So let's see. Yeah, we have time. So I'm going to set you up in a lotus stretch, but you don't have to move into lotus. You could also get really nicely into your hips without lotusing your legs. But if you'd like, this will be your prep for Padmasana in Mayurasana, the peacock pose with lotus legs. So come onto your back. Half happy baby, grab the outer edge of the right foot or grab your right thigh. Now straighten your left leg. And take several breaths here. So if you know that lotus is not in the cards, you could stay here a little longer. And if you're going on, you're going to bring your left foot to the ground, your right ankle across your left thigh like a figure 4. So notice we're not in lotus yet. You could just do this, right? You might have done this earlier as your pigeon modification. Same thing. You're going to thread the needle, grab your left shin, and pull it towards you. So you're either going to hold here or slide your right foot up to your left hip in half lotus. You want to get the pad of the heel inside of the hip bone. So the heel tacks the iliacus muscle down into that bone. And then you pull your left knee in. You can stay here or straighten your left leg. So there's so many options. You can get off the bus at any bus stop. You don't have to go for the full lotus. I want you to really pay attention to how you're feeling in your knees, hips, and ankles. But if it feels good, bring your left heel into your right hip bone. Take your palms to your knees. Circle around the circumference of your sacrum. And then do that same thing the other way, just loosening up around the back of the pelvis. If you're not in half lotus, I'm going to invite you to stay right where you are. Okay? Otherwise, make a diamond shape. Bury your hands under your sacrum. Come into fish, knees down, chest up, elbows in. From fish, can you sit up? From here, you could take Mayurasana. You can also sit up and join us and take Mayurasana without lotus on one arm like you did earlier, or in Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together. So now we're going to do 2 hands together. The inner wrist and elbow will touch, and both will get in and low. And you're going to tuck your tailbone to get into it. So we roll over the knees. Pinky fingers touch. Lean forward. I don't know if I can talk and do this at the same time. Tuck your tailbone. Get in there with your elbows. You could have a block under your head or try with no block. It's like a teeter-totter. How's it going? I'm going to come out of it and kind of coach you. So if you're not doing Mayurasana, what do? Good question. Your knees go wide, big toes together like this, and then you plant your hands. It's kind of like child's pose with your legs, elbows in, and you want to lean forward. Same clear steps we took earlier. Lean forward, tuck your tailbone. That helps you get your elbows in there, and then your feet can lift up. Or stay down. And you could have your head on a block. How's it going? Yes, that's at least good. I'm going to show at this wall. I think you can see. I'll turn my screen on. Oh, yeah, you can see. Okay. So here I am, hands under shoulders, like plank. I go 2 handprints down. I spin my fingers around. Then, if I bend my elbows right there, they're still not low enough. So what I have to do is shorten my torso. I have to tuck my tailbone to get my elbows into the right spot, which is here. It's in there. It's in there. So if you're just standing with an anterior tilt, your elbows are going to be way up into your ribs. You need to shorten your torso, get in there. Good, let's lie down on our backs, do all that on the other side, and then maybe give it one more try, or maybe chill out on your back, you choose. Half happy baby, grab your left thigh or your left foot and open your hip. This pose unlocks the door to lotus. So this is really good prep to get that femur kind of grounded into the hip so that your lotus can take off without a hitch. Stay here or come into a figure 4. You can grab your shin and pull it in. You could take your left heel into the right hip. Now check it out. You might have different situation, knee to knee, hip to hip. Be kind to your body above all else. Our first yama is ahimsa, is non-harming, the first tenet of yoga. Don't harm. So be kind and patient towards your body. Stay here or straighten the leg. It's a cumulative practice. You don't have to force. If you want a full lotus, if that's in the cards for your joints today, bring the other foot in, grab the knees, circle around the circumference of your sacrum, and the other way as well. You can get off the bus and hang there wherever you are, half happy baby, figure 4, half lotus. If you're in full lotus and you want, bury the diamond under the sacrum, lower the knees, lift the chest, hug the elbows in. And then from here, can you sit up and come right on into that Mayurasana, last side, side 2, or other leg in front. If you're doing Baddha Konasana, it's not so much a side 1, side 2 story. So you could repeat it, or you could stay on your back and just soak up that lovely hip opener. Lean in, tuck your tailbone, get in there, get in there, get in there. How's it going? You could also, if you want, for this last one, try with the legs straight. That's more challenging, especially if you have long legs. Yeah, Michelle, you could even put a block under your forehead because that all looks good. You have the one thing that you're finding here, Michelle, is that it's hard in lotus legs, but you want to flip over so you're not at a hinge in your hip. You want to flip over. So a nice prep might be like taking some simhasana here to open, because this can be very intense, just moving from this angle to this angle. I know for my hips, this is like one of the most intense poses. Yeah, Michelle, that's your work today, is getting that hip flexor to open with external rotation. And your spine to move this way. A nice way to prep this, I'm not gonna go into it too much today, but a bolster under the belly with your lotus. Yeah. Do you feel that? You've got the smile like you feel that, I see. Yeah. Okay, let it go, shake it out. Nice work, really nice. Lie down on your back, full happy baby pose. Grab either your feet or your outer thighs and just rock and roll side to side. Take a couple breaths. Maybe you straighten one or both legs together. And then we'll release into Shavasana when you're ready. If there's any final pose your body is craving, feel free. If you want to set up in supported fish, I'll show that setup. That could feel really nice after all this peacock work where we are engaging and closing the chest. It might be a nice way to finish your practice today. To just open. Get cozy. And let your eyes close, your body grounds and softens. peacock pose. Mayurasana is thought to strengthen our digestive powers. That massaging, that compressing into the abdomen, our ability to digest the foods that we eat, but also to digest emotional experiences and stress and tension that can lodge viscerally in the gut. This compression, this massage can help to free the tension and open a flow of energy clear down to the ground floor of your core. We learn in Mayurasana to soften, that sometimes softening is our greatest strength. Just like all of the yoga practice, it's not about having a rock hard six-pack abs or legs or arms. It's a balance of strength and openness, softness, supple, pliable, agile. So we learn to relate to the core in a different way. From here, when you're ready, if you're ready, and it's Sunday, maybe you want to stay here longer, feel free. Bend your knees, slide your feet to the floor. If you're ready to go on, roll onto your right side and rest there, breath. And then use your hands to press up to any comfortable seat with your eyes still closed. And you'll bring your palms together at your heart center, prayer seal, Anjali Mudra. And we'll seal our practice with one final Om, all together from our separate spaces. Deep breath in. Thank you all so much for being here. So next Sunday I will be here. It's the 27th. I won't be teaching my Thursday classes because I think that's Christmas Eve. I'll be with my family, but I will be here Sunday, and we're going to have our last class focusing on this journey into the deep core. So we focused on inversions. We did compression core work last week. Then this week we did our Mayurasana, our massage deep into the belly, and then we'll finish with twists, ring it out before we move into the new year. So we'll work powerfully from the center to get into some nice twists next Sunday. I hope to see you there.